I told you, let me revise important thing only. So I will, let me tell you important thing only, okay? So what is important thing? First important thing I told you is, first important thing is vitamin. All vitamin deficiencies are important, okay? So I told you to focus on relation, okay? So relation between vitamin B3 and B6. What is this? So it is synthesis of vitamin B3. Vitamin B3 from tryptophan. So this is one important concept, okay? Here is the one important. Second important concept is propionic acid pathway. Propionic acid pathway. Here you will see the relation between B7 and B12. So third important concept is methionine synthase. Synthase. So here is the relation between B9 means folate to B12. So you can write this somewhere so that you will memorize. These are the important concepts. Even if you study, you have to focus on this. And then 1, 2, 3. And then fourth important concept is homocystinuria. Homocystinuria concept. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fourth is homocystinuria. Homocystinuria, what else are related? These things are related. Vitamin B6, vitamin B9, and vitamin B12. Which enzyme? Same enzyme that is present here. Same enzyme that is present here. Here. Methionine synthase. Same enzyme in homocystinuria, methionine synthase plus cystathionine beta synthase. CBS. Cystathionine beta synthase. CBS. So these two, MS and CBS. So here propionic acid pathway, methionine synthase, and then homocystinuria and this vitamin B3 synthesis. Remember, these are very, very important part. If you remember this part, you will have command over vitamins. Trust me. So the difficult question come from this part only. Okay, you will have command over this vitamins. Other things are easy. You can memorize. You can easily understand. And after this fourth concept, one is this, second is this, third is this, and fourth is homocystinuria. And let me introduce fifth one also. Fifth one is biotin deficiency. Biotin, because biotin coming here also, propionic acid pathway also. Biotin deficiency, isolated biotin deficiency related to biotin deficiency related organic acidemia. What is that organic acidemia? One is propionic acid. Propionic acid is high propionic acid. Then second is hydroxyisovaleric acid is also high. Okay, so at least remember these two acids are very high. And then lactic acid is also high. Why? Because it is gluconeogenic enzyme, lactic acid. So lactic acid, propionic acid, HIV, three acids are high when biotin deficiency is there. Because biotin deficiency involves 4 enzymes. This designate deficiency of 4 enzymes. So these 3 will be together. Here propionic acid pathway. One more organic aciduria. Obviously 2 organic aciduria is associated with propionic acid pathway. One is propionic aciduria, and that is why this pathway is very important. Many disordered organic aciduria, vitamin deficiency, both are related to this. So aciduria, propionic aciduria. And then second important is methylmalonic aciduria. Okay. Have you noted this all, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Phoebe, Ketura,
Yes, sir.
you
Yes,
all
sir.
5 points. 5 points about this vitamin. So if you have noted, then your vitamin, if you focus on this point, this your vitamin topic will become very super easy. These are the actually difficult type of thing that you every time you come across, it is not that difficult because you don't know that these are the part that actually are related with each other. When something becomes logical, it becomes difficult. Once you go through this nicely, it becomes easy forever. So 5 points for this vitamin deficiency I want you to focus on. So vitamin B12, again, we will talk about again, same thing, and you get confused. When something is repeated, you get confused. You feel that new thing is coming, but same thing is coming. Here you can see, here again, methionine synthesis is coming in relation to vitamin B12. And then here you will be confused. And if you know that methionine synthesis is basically relation between 9 and 12, you will not be confused. And there is when you add one thing also, CBS to here also, it will become vitamin B6. This will become homocystinuria, the correlation. So methylmalonyl coenzyme, you know, it is a part of propionic acid pathway. So if this enzyme is deficient, MMA will be, if this enzyme or vitamin B12 is deficient, MMA, methylmalonic aciduria. So you will remember. So methylmalonic acid is very important. I told you MMA means, remember MMA means vitamin B12. Unless otherwise mentioned, this enzyme is mentioned. This can only happen because of vitamin B12 or this enzyme deficiency. Okay, so remember that. MMA means vitamin B12 or MMN deficiency. So always remember that. So when there is mention which vitamin is deficient, always vitamin B12. Enzyme, yes, MMM. And these both are related because this is coenzyme of MMM, methylmalonyl. So this is vitamin B12 we have already done. Here you can see methionine synthesis coming. Okay, I told you this methyl group is transferred because this has low transfer potential. It cannot transfer directly. So it takes help of methionine synthesis and this. So it transfer methyl group through as adenosyl methionine through this, through various compound. So you know that. Now we have, there is also vitamin B12 is there. So succinyl coenzyme to M is extensive. This is a very important step. ALA synthesis, ALA synthesis. So you go through this. That is why I have given this first aid so that you will feel like every important points are covered. Okay, vitamin is very important. And now you can see this vitamin B profile. When B12 profile is done to diagnose vitamin B12 deficiency. So this vitamin B12 profile include what? You can say this vitamin B12 profile include folate also, vitamin also. Okay, folate also. If vitamin B12 is deficient, folate will be high because folate trap. Vitamin B12, folate will be high because of folate trap. Folate, then methylmalonic acid, homocysteine, and then megaloblastic. These are the these are there in panel. So these are biochemical test. And this is hematological test. So you can see 2 vitamin test and 2 acid test. You can say homocysteine also, as you can take amino acid dimer. So 2 acid test, methylmalonic acid, and 1 is homocysteine. Methylmalonic acid and homocysteine. 2 acid. This test is done, and then +1 peripheral smear test. So these are the tests you can see is done here. And actually, this neuropathy correlates well with MMA because for neuropathy, MMA is the cause for neuropathy. Megaloblastic anemia, you know what is the cause for megaloblastic anemia? Thymidylate synthesis. Because this is dependent on folate, thymidylate synthesis. What is the cause for pernicious anemia? Antibody. Antibody against parietal cell and lack of intrinsic factor. What is the cause for homocystinuria? Methionine synthase. Enzyme is non-functional. Methionine synthase is non-functional because of what? Because of deficiency of vitamins. This is methylmalonic acid related to neuropathy. So we have done this. So you can, let's talk little bit thing that you don't know, you will not get anywhere. This is a very important actually to understand whole vitamin B12. I have made this like a tree. You can say tree. So you can remember this brain map. I have given it like brain map. So your brain map has this trunk. You can see trunk has two branches, and this again 2 branches will bifurcate like 2 branches. So easily you easily can remember. Actually, cobalamin 1, when it's entered into cell, this cobalamin, when it is inserted into this 2 protein is, one is methionine synthase, that is cytosolic, and this is mitochondrial methylmalonyl coenzyme mutase. Only 2 proteins are there in our body. So when it is incorporated into this, a series of proteins are there, and that are responsible for incorporation of this into this protein. So if what happens, if any protein has mutation, there will be vitamin B12 deficiency like presentation. Okay, so enzyme, so if there is mutation in this protein, so this protein, this cobalamin is not going to get incorporated in this 2 protein. So what will happen? The deficiency actually of this enzyme activity. Okay, again. So if this protein are affected, so this enzyme will be active and this will be inactive. And if this protein are mutated, this enzyme will be active, this will be inactive. So how will you actually differentiate this complicated thing when you become a doctor? This will help differentiating when you become a doctor. Just try to understand through this stream. So only if there is a problem in this enzyme, so this presentation only you will see, not this presentation. Neuropathy you will not see here. Only megaloblastic anemia, homocystinuria, and high folate level you will find because of folate trap. Here, if only this is there, only this is not there, so neuropathy you will see, MMA you will see, you will not see homocystinuria. So how will you remember? Just remember always through letter M, this M group of presentation, this N group of presentation. Okay, megaloblastic group of presentation and then neuropathic group of presentation. M and N. Will you remember through that presentation?
Yes, sir.
M and N. So you remember M and N. So how would you remember M presentation, N presentation? N is for neuropathy. Neuropathy. If you remember neuropathy presentation, you will remember MMA. I told you MMA is related to neuropathy. And then you easily remember with MMM and propionic acid pathway. Propionic acid. So hypoglycemia. So neuropathy related presentation. Okay. Neuropathy is related to hypoglycemia. Neuropathy. And then megaloblastic anemia. Megaloblastic anemia, if you remember, you easily remember folate trap. Folate trap. Because megaloblastic region for megaloblastic is folate trap. And then, okay, folate trap, MS, and then homocystinuria. So megaloblastic anemia is related to homocystinuria. You can remember neuropathy, only neuropathy. Only neuropathy, megaloblastic has these 2. Homocystinuria plus megaloblastic anemia. So this is how you can, these presentation are because of deficiency of, this is how you can understand methionine synthase. These are the presentation because of deficiency of methylmalonyl coenzyme A mutase. So pascaline is there. Okay. That is why sometimes I have to do. So tell me, methionine synthase is related to which presentation?
Megaloblastic anemia.
Yes, megaloblastic M, megaloblastic anemia. So remember only one, memorize only one, focus on only one, megaloblastic anemia. And then your MMM is related to neuropathy set of symptom. So you can easily derive from now. Now onward, you can easily derive megaloblastic and homocysteine. They are in set. And neuropathy is always neuropathy, and it is related to MMA. So these are the presentation. This is related to MMM. This is related to homocysteine. So if you remember this, you will never get confused. You will never get point. This is very powerful slide. If you remember this, you will never get confused. And see, you will easily remember the protein also. I will tell you this. So initial protein is the letter, initial letter. So if this protein are deficiency, both M set of presentation will be also there, and set of presentation will be there. Megaloblastic anemia will also be there, neuropathy will also be there. Okay, megaloblastic is associated with homocystinuria, not neuropathy. Neuropathy stand alone. So this, if these are absent, BCD, okay, BCD, this will happen. All those both will be happen. But methylmalonyl coenzyme A, you can see that there is a protein from A to H. So initial protein and last protein is there, A and H, is required for synthesis of cobalamin into adenosine cobalamin and incorporation of that adenyl cobalamin into protein. These two protein are required. So this protein are absent only if there is mutation in this protein. This will be problem actually. And if there is mutation in this problem, then this one. Actually, among all this protein deficiency, so most important protein is here, E and G. Actually, this deficiency is associated with homocystinuria. And in such homocystinuria, you will see that there will be association of megaloblastic anemia. So in homocystinuria case also, if there is megaloblastic anemia, you go for this methionine synthesis. This is the power of this slide. So go over this slide, go over the set of M and N presentation. You will understand very nicely concept of vitamin B12. You will never have problem in vitamin B12 deficiency problem. You will never have problem. These are protein required for cytosolic metabolism of vitamin B12. So vitamin B12 is simple, 2 only enzyme required, but you can see many proteins, A to H, 8 proteins are required for its metabolism. And sometimes because of this, it becomes complicated for people who don't know. But for you, it's very easy. Just remember this brain map, okay? Remember this brain map. It will be very helpful. Now propionic acid pathway, I don't think I'll have to tell it again. So this first 2-step reaction, propionic acid, you know the sources of propionic acids. Amino acids are there, oat chain fatty acids are there. Then phytonyl coenzyme is there. Phytonyl coenzymes are there. Phytonyl coenzyme, and even cholesterol when from bile, it releases propionic acid. So this propionic, at least remember amino acid is very important. And then oat chain fatty acid you will remember. So this propionic acid will convert into succinyl coenzyme, and this succinyl coenzyme is joined citric acid. So these two enzymes are there. This is biotin containing enzyme. This is vitamin B12. If this enzyme or vitamin B12 is deficient, so methylmalonic acid is high. If this enzyme or biotin is deficient, propionic acid will be high. So see, when this is absent, methylmalonic acid is also high, and propionic acid can also be high. Okay, because high methylmalonic will give feedback. So therefore, but methylmalonic acid will not be high in probiotin. That is why I told you, wherever you see methylmalonic acid, MMA, even if you see propionic acid, you go for B12. But if you don't see this, then you go for biotin. Propionic acid is there, but MMA is there, go for vitamin B12. MMA, wherever you see, go for vitamin B12 and methylmalonyl coenzyme mutase. So remember this very important trick. So this is the cause of this. Actually, you know, malonyl coenzyme is malonyl coenzyme A will actually polymerize here. This is polymerize here, malonyl coenzyme. Methylmalonyl coenzyme can be added in this fatty acid synthesis. That is why aberrant fatty acid formation, and this fatty acid cannot be utilized for myelin synthesis, and therefore peripheral neuropathy will happen. So second reaction I told you, methionine synthase. Methionine synthase reaction is very important. Methionine synthase link vitamin B12 and folate. Methionine synthase link vitamin B12 and folate. How? This methyl group of methyl tetrahydrofolate has very low transfer potential, very low capacity to transfer, and it transfer through other. It actually transfer methyl group to vitamin B12. Okay, vitamin B12 will actually transfer this methyl group to homocysteine, and homocysteine will become methionine. Homocysteine will become methionine, and this methionine will form. Homocysteine will form this S-adenosyl-methionine. This methionine will form S-adenosyl-methionine, and you know this S-adenosyl-methionine is required for synthesis of epinephrine from norepinephrine, and creatinine, and gene regulation. So this is the function of this S-adenosyl-methionine. Most of the 50% of S-adenosyl-methionine is required for synthesis of creatine. Okay, 50% of the SAM is utilized for creatine. Rest 50% is utilized for other things. Now, when methyl group is transferred here, this methionine attached here will become cysteine. You know, when you add one methyl group to homocysteine, it becomes methionine. Now you remove one methyl group for here, it becomes S-adenosyl homocysteine. And this S-adenosyl homocysteine, by hydrolytic cleavage, it gives homocysteine. And this cycle, this is a cycle. Actually, through this cycle, you can see homocysteine is recycled. Otherwise, homocysteine will break down. Through this cycle, homocysteine is recycled. Homocysteine is converted into methionine. And don't think that this is a non-essential amino acid, because you can see here synthesis. Here it is being synthesized. This methionine is rejuvenating. It is renewed. It is not being synthesized. Methionine is renewed from its catabolic product homocysteine. Remember that. And this cycle is called activated methionine cycle. Activated because SAM is activated methionine. So it is called activated methionine cycle. Or methionine cycle, or activated methyl cycle. So you can note this, activated methionine or activated methyl cycle. This is. So this activated methionine cycle goes on and on until we have this. And some part of this homocysteine, actually some part of homocysteine will break down. So this is also, you can say this is a pathway. If you take this pathway like this, so this pathway become the pathway of catabolism of methionine also. So this is through this homocysteine, methionine through homocysteine, it converts into cysteine. See this cysteine. It converts into cysteine. So methionine is converting into cysteine. So this is twofold thing. One is catabolism of methionine, you can see here. And second fold function is synthesis of cysteine. The catabolism of methionine is basically synthesis of cysteine. So catabolism of methionine is synthesis of cysteine. And this cysteine synthesis only sulfur. Only methionine provides sulfur group. You know, the serine has got this 3 group. One is this acid, and this is amino, and this is serine. This serine OH group is replaced by sulfur group here. And actually all carbon in cysteine derived from serine. Only sulfur is derived from this. And this reaction is called trans-sulfuration reaction. Trans-sulfuration reaction. So trans-sulfuration is basically both catabolism of methionine and then catabolism of methionine and anabolism of cysteine. So catabolism of methionine is anabolism. One degrade, other form. That's what you have to. And this is called transsulfuration. Wherever you say transamination, transsulfuration, vitamin B6 again comes here. And this vitamin B6 containing enzyme is here. You can see vitamin B6, CBS, cystathionine beta synthase. So this is the relation of homocystinuria relation. Did you understand this pathway?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If somebody has not understood, I can spend more time because this is very important. Because you know, this is the, I told you. So 4 correlation. This is the 2 correlation here. The correlation between 9 and 12 through this pathway here. And then also B6, B9 and B12 correlation through this pathway. Methionine synthase, here homocystinuria correlation is whole. So remember this slide very nicely. This is a very important. So this is a very important slide. Now I will go to disorder. So what will happen? There are 2 types of disorder. You can see if, let's talk now because we are talking about vitamin. We will talk about enzyme later in amino acid catabolism again about this all. Same slide I will put there. I will talk about them again. So you can see this. If vitamin B12, let's do the deficiency of vitamin B12. What will happen? So this will become high. And this is not getting synthesized. This will become low. Or if folate is deficient, then also folate is not deficient. The enzyme, there is one actually enzyme. Generally, the enzyme is there. Folate metabolizing enzyme. That causes deficiency of folate generally. So don't go about that. Just remember for the time being folate deficiency only. So if there is any problem in folate deficiency or folate metabolism, let's say. So folate is deficient. What will happen? The same result. So vitamin B12 and folate, if both are deficient, the same result. You know what is the same result? Homocysteine is high and methionine is low. But there is a but. If B6 is deficient or the enzyme generally is mutated, CBS is mutated. So what will be the result? Homocysteine is not going, it is stuck here. Homocysteine is not getting converted into cysteine. So homocysteine is stuck here. And then what will happen? The additional homocysteine is converting into methionine. You know that? So here in B6, both are high, equal. 6, okay, both high, 3 plus 3. You can remember that, 3 plus 3, okay, 3 plus 3. But in vitamin B12 and B9, 6 plus 3. You can remember on even rays, one goes down, one goes up. Here vitamin B6, both goes on. Methionine and homocysteine both goes on. In vitamin B12 or folate deficiency, one goes on, other falls down. Did you understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So these are very important slide. Okay, so go over it again. If you don't understand, go over it again. Okay, so these are the correlation. Go over it again. This is very, very important slide. If you understand this, our this amino acid metabolism, the complicated part are these are the complicated part in metabolism, but this is not complicated. If you focus on these 5 points I have told you, you will not be confused. So folate trap is caused, folate trap, vitamin B12 deficiency causes functional deficiency of folate because of folate trap. So pernicious anemia, you already know, we have already discussed pernicious anemia. Okay, you go and read this, we have already discussed. These are the reason. Okay, so it is there only from first aid. It is all from first aid. I have just made it large point. This is from deficiency, is from first aid. I have made it large only on my slide. So this is from first aid. So you can see, you go through it. Gastric surgery, resection of terminal ileum, because gastric has got intrinsic factor, gastric surgery, lack of intrinsic factor, and terminal ileum, lack of absorption in terminal ileum. If there is any disease of terminal ileum, bacterial growth, then also that there will be problem. Then if there is like this parasite infestation, bacterial is called infection, parasite is called infestation. So diphyllobothrium latum parasite will actually bind present in terminal ileum. It will cause reduced absorption of this diphyllobothrium. Okay, this phyllo means leaf. You can see, remember diphyllo and botanium. So this is how you can remember. Vegan diets. I have told you, my father. Don't forget my father. Aging plus aging has malabsorption relation plus vegetarianism plus diabetes, metformin. So this all are caused add vitamin B12, increases the vitamin B12 deficiency. Okay, so Schilling test, we have done Schilling test. I want you to go it over again yourself. Okay, so Schilling test is also important. Go over it. Everything is important about vitamin B12. Don't ignore anything. And you know this, what are the symptoms? Microcytic, we have a hypersegmented polymorphonuclear cell. Go over it again yourself. Neuropathic symptoms are abnormal myelin. So what are their presentation? I want you to go over it again yourself. You read yourself, you will understand. Now vitamin C deficiency, and it is not very difficult. You already know vitamin. We have already done scurvy. While collagen synthesis we have done, it is important for hydroxylation. So this is the reason why you'll see swollen gum, bruising, perifollicular hemorrhage, because vessel will be actually weak. Collagen is not actually getting mature. That is why vessel will be weak. And you can refer to the reaction in collagen synthesis. We have talked in very good detail. Supplementation of vitamin C provide resolution of this. And this scurvy has history. History of sellers. It is very interesting history of sellers. So you can go on Wikipedia, you can study that history also. It is very interesting. Renal calculi, excessive if you give, it will cause renal calculi formation from uric acid. So this is excessive presentation of vitamin B6. Both we have seen niacin, pharmacological of dose of niacin, what cause, and sometimes what happens, people try to take too much of vitamin C. It is also not required. Smoking causes vitamin B6 deficiency. Okay, infant on formula, that is boiled too long, so heat kills these vitamins. That is also important. Heat kills this vitamin. Okay, diet lacking citrus food, heat kills, smoking kills this vitamin. Remember that, like that way. So here you can say antioxidant. Yes.
Please, how much of vitamin C is considered so much? Because this period of COVID-19, it's been said that people should consume up to 1,000 milligrams daily as a supplement. So how much of it is too much, considering that the person is taking other fruits and other sources of vitamin C?
Actually, they said 1,000 milligram, and this 1,000 milligram actually too much of. See, I have gone through this, but I did not see that too much of. But this is only the too much of vitamin. If you take this 1,000 also constantly, and this is for pharmacological dose. Remember that. Normal requirement is 60 mg only. Okay, 60 mg per day. So you try to limit within 60 mg, because this is not stored. Vitamin C is not stored in our body. It will go away from our body. It will not be stored. So it is better to take 60 mg, about 60 mg, maintain 60 mg daily in your diet. And this pharmacological amount of vitamin, if you take daily for a long time, it is not in short time. It can cause this. You got that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So antioxidant, I want, and iron oxidation. It is very important for iron oxidation and iron absorption. Antioxidant and it is also very important for iron absorption. Okay, and this is the point we have already done, hydroxylation of proline, and then dopamine synthesis. So you must have studied dopamine necessary for dopamine beta hydroxylase. Dopamine converts into norepinephrine. So dopamine, when converts into norepinephrine, here vitamin C is required. Okay, vitamin C is required. Copper and vitamin B6 both are required. So dopamine beta hydroxylase, this is required. So 3, iron oxidation, collagen and catecholamine. Collagen, catecholamine, and then iron absorption. So this 3 point you remember. Found in fruit and vegetables, especially citrus fruit, called as ascorbic acid. In actually certain animals, it is made from, the vitamin C can be synthesized in certain mammals, in certain other animals also, from glucose. But we are not able to make vitamin C from glucose. Okay, certain animals are able to make this. Now, ancillary treatment for methemoglobinemia by reduction this to this. So scurvy, you go through scurvy. What is scurvy? And excess will cause vomiting, diarrhea, calcium, and this oxalate, calcium oxalate. Sorry, uric acid is here, is calcium oxalate, renal calculate. Sorry, you go with this oxalate, nephrolithiasis. Okay, go with this. Can increase iron toxicity, predisposed individuals by increasing dietary iron absorption. So iron toxicity can happen, and then 2 side effects, iron toxicity and oxalate nephrolithiasis. So you can see this question, same question of scurvy. 72 years old boy brought to emergency department, department by emergency medical services. He took disabled and states that he is homeless. He has bruising over the arms, legs, states that he does not have a regular source of nutrition. He denies prior medical conditions, but states that still smokes. Smoking causes 1 pack of cigarettes per day. On exam, the patient's vital signs are normal, but he appears extremely malnourished. His gums are shown like this. So tongue is unusually smooth, and the hair on his hands are pinwheel shaped. What is the most likely cause of this deficiency? So you can say smoking, bruising is there if it were vitamin B. So the tongue is smooth. So it can refers to vitamin B deficiency also, but most of the presentation is correlated with vitamin C deficiency. Okay. So because malnourished, many vitamin D deficiency can happen, but it is most related to vitamin C deficiency. So the most correct choice is vitamin C. So you can go over it. Just tell me, 50-year-old male present with diarrhea, increased redness of face. He says the symptoms stated couple months ago and has gotten progressively worse. He has a medical history of asthma that has been exacerbated with other symptoms. The patient has increased risk of which of the following condition? Yes.
Is it C?
Yes, it is C. And what might be the cause of this deficiency? Cause of deficiency of this niacin?
Tryptophan deficiency.
Yes. Because of what?
Carnap disease.
Not because he see the symptoms. He says symptoms started couple months ago. Couple months ago. If it were heart nerve disease, you can see age would be children or young. So there will be repeated actually. The condition will be intermittent, or episodes, multiple episodes should have been there before. Age is 51. So this cannot be heart nerve disease. One, we have done 3 causes. One is malabsorption, other is overconsumption, and third is malabsorption. Overconsumption. Second is overconsumption. Third is vitamin B6 deficiency. Non-conversion, you can see non-conversion. So what among this is the cause? This is ruled out, malabsorption, heart nerve disease is ruled out because the age is not matching with this, and then presentation is also not matching. So what is the second cause? Try to be quick, okay? Hello?
So would it be vitamin B6?
B6, there should be niacin, this isoniazide. Isoniazide generally causes B6 deficiency. And this is related to tuberculosis. So only overconsumption means this is age is very significant. You can see this can be malignant carcinoid syndrome. Malignant carcinoid syndrome. The presentation you can see very matching. Presentation in malignant carcinoid syndrome is flushing of face. Okay, flushing of face. And asthma has been exacerbated. Had asthma, but it is exacerbated. So it can cause this more serotonin can cause exacerbation of asthma or fresh symptom of asthma. So you can see asthma is related this malignant carcinoid syndrome, most likely malignant carcinoid syndrome. We need to confirm through various, but most likely malignant carcinoid syndrome. So you have to exclude also. So it cannot be malabsorption because age is not allowing. There is no any presentation you can see related to isoniazide. And then third is this. So this will be and this matches with this. So this is most probably because of carcinoid syndrome. And then you can see this second question. 21-year-old woman rescued from being captive last year. This is a very 21 year. Besides suffering multiple physical abuses, woman has signs of malnutrition, is admitted to hospital for management. 2 weeks later, she begins to recover her strength as she is fed in hospital. But she has symptoms of dermatitis, alopecia, and adrenal insufficiency. Physician adds vitamin, that is an essential component of coenzyme A molecule, to the woman's diet. After a few weeks, the patient begins to experience resolution of her symptoms. So what is the deficiency? So it is very easy question, I think. Yes?
C.
It is very easy question. But if he has not given this, so little bit difficult, but again, it is not difficult. Dermatitis, alopecia, and adrenal insufficiency showing. And see, the deprived patient rescued from captive last year, malnourished. So malnourished people, in the malnourished body utilizes what? Fat. In fat utilization, vitamin B5 is utilized. So this can be deficient in very severely malnourished patients.